Now that we've created our homepage content in our Microsoft Word document, we can go ahead and take that content and upload it to the internet. So I'm logged into the WYSIWYG editor included within PC hosting. We talked about this editor in earlier videos. And I'm going to go over now and just take a look, and you can see here that the Chicled site is the one-page homepage at the moment. So you'll recall that the one-page homepage is known as optinpage.html, which is right here. So I just need to click the check mark next to that and go up to HTML editor. From here, click edit, and it'll open up that page into a WYSIWYG editor where I can simply modify things from a very simple interface. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to open up the homepage document, and I'm going to start taking the text and copying and pasting it into the editor interface. So let's start out here with our headline. I'm going to take the whole thing. I'm going to hit Control C on my keyboard. Now what can happen if you directly paste from Word into a WYSIWYG editor like this is it can corrupt the text and it can corrupt the code behind the text. So what you want to do to just clean things up first is do an interim paste. In other words, you want to open up a program like Notepad, this is probably the safest, or WordPad, and paste the text into there first. Then what I'm going to do is take the code again, copy it from Notepad, head over to my editor, and now I'm going to paste it in. And it's a good idea to leave quotation marks around your headline. It makes your headline stand out a little bit more. So I'm going to go ahead and just highlight everything between the two quotation marks and click Control V on my keyboard, and that will paste in my headline. Next, I'm going to get rid of this image of the beagle because it doesn't fit the topic of my site. So I'm just going to left click and then click delete on my keyboard. And then there's an extra space here. I'm just going to click backspace on my keyboard to get rid of it. And now we want to replace this opening section with our opening section. So I'm going to scroll down a little bit. I'm going to grab this text, copy it, paste it into Notepad, and you might have to reformat it. That's the problem with pasting it, but it's not too big of a deal. I believe there was a paragraph here as well. And then take the whole thing, recopy it, go back. I'm going to highlight all the text that I want to copy over, and then Control V on my keyboard, and that will paste it in. Now you recall that in the Word document I had this part bold, so I'm going to do that again by just highlighting it and clicking the B right here, and that will bold the text. If we go back to the Word document, you'll see that I also have this text bold. So I'm going to go ahead and do that as well here. And now we need to go ahead and add in our mini course bullets. So let's go over back to Word. And you'll see that before the bullets, actually, we have this subheadline. So let's grab this one, copy it, paste it in a Notepad, recopy it, head back to the editor, and it needs to go just above the bullets, so I'm going to hit Enter on my keyboard to create a new space. And sometimes what will happen if you just hit Enter is it'll create too much space. So what I'm going to do is undo that by clicking Control Z on my keyboard. And what you can do is place your cursor here and just hold down Shift on your keyboard and hit Enter twice, and that'll create the effect that you're going for. And then create or hit Control V on your keyboard to paste. And I'm going to highlight everything, and I want to center it. So I'm going to go ahead and click this center button up here, and that's going to center the text. Then you'll recall from the Word document this text was a little bit bigger. So what you can do is just highlight everything. And from the Styles drop-down menu, you can control things like font size. So if we go here, I can select a heading that might be appropriate for that size. I'm going to select heading 3. That looks pretty good. Now I could leave it red, but I actually want to make it black. So I'm going to highlight it, go up here and click this colored A. And from there it'll give you a color chooser. I'm going to choose black. Click OK. And then a little bit of space was created here. So I'm going to go ahead and just click delete. Oops. I'm going to go ahead actually and place my cursor here and hit a backspace. And that looks good. I think this is a good point to save our work before we load our bullets in. So I'm going to go up here and just click the Save button. And that's going to save things. And I can go back to continue editing. I'm going to do that. And you can see your changes live right on your site in real time. So if we go back here, and I'm going to hit Control F5 to refresh the page, you'll see that all the changes that we just made are now showing up.